Tonight, Florida's prison agency admits it did not know about the questionable military past of a former employee who's now accused of killing 5 hostages inside that bank in Sebring last month. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Jane Monreal. For Your Corner investigator Katie LaGrone's breaking new details about how the state background checks its officers and whether it does enough to screen them for red flags.
Yesterday, our community suffered a tremendous loss at the hands of a heinous criminal.
It was a hostage standoff that eventually brought a Florida police chief to tears.
Sisters, our mothers, our daughters, and our co-workers.
4 bank employees, 1 customer randomly targeted and senselessly murdered inside this Sebring bank just a few weeks ago.
This event will pass, but unfortunately, it'll never be forgotten.
Their suspected killer, 21-year-old Zephen Xaver, an Indiana native who recently resigned from his job as a Florida corrections officer, a role he held for less than 3 months with no issues, according to the agency. While it remains unclear what motivated the suspect to murder, we uncovered 2.5 years before Xaver became a corrections officer at Avon Park Correctional, he enlisted in basic training and never finished, separating just 3 months later for reasons the U.S. Army hasn't explained. And state records show the Department of Corrections did not know about that short military stint because they never requested his military background. Xaver indicated he never served in the military. Since he never officially served, there was no service to verify, a department spokesperson told us in an email.
If somebody did enter basic training and didn't complete it, should any law enforcement agency who's interviewing candidates know that?
Yes, they should know that.
Why?
Because it will give them a fuller, more complete picture of who this applicant is and what is their background.
Leo Martinez is a former FBI special agent who spent years backgrounding both new agents and people under investigation. He said the department's failure to dig deeper left it vulnerable to missing red flags.
There could have been something very negative that he did that led to the non-completion. So you need to know that.
A Department of Corrections spokesperson told us there was no disqualifying information about Xaver that would have excluded him from becoming a correctional officer. Applicants, they said, undergo a series of background checks, including a drug screening, a physical, and a national criminal history review. But criminal histories only reveal so much.
The person had to have been literally arrested. It may be very, very negative and bad information, but if it never rose to the level of being arrested, it's not going to be in the NCIC system.
Records also show while the state's top law enforcement agency recommends new hires undergo a polygraph, a psych exam, and a neighborhood check, the state prison department never did that. A spokesperson said the agency did nothing wrong, telling us the department performed every required background check as required by Florida statutes.
We found staff shortages and high turnover rates within the state's prison system. However, we are told that has no impact on its hiring practices, nor is the department planning to beef up those background checks. In Pasco County, Katie LaGrone, Fox 4 in Your Corner.